got to talk about the semifinals that we've had, basically, starting with Sweden. Sweden had 4 heats already. We're almost done there. It said each heat, the 4 heats, 2 songs moved on to the grand final, and then 2 other ones went to what they now call the semi, which used to be the second chance round. Yeah, well, it's no longer called Anders Chansen, but that's, I don't know why they feel like that needs to be called a semifinal. It's like less condescending, because Anders second chance because you sucked the first time. So they call it now a semifinal. And those 8 songs battled it out, and then ultimately the top 4 moved on. And I have a lot of thoughts about it, but before we go into that, let's remind us real quick the 8 songs that were fighting for the remaining 4 spots. But Sweden had 8 songs in the running, and I'm just gonna tell you who was in there. Scroll. The 8 songs were THEOZ, Mer Av Dig. He came from the second semi, I think. Mariette, we've known her. She took part. It's a 5th time, I think. She made first time that she was the 4th time.
4th time.
Yeah, she first time that she had to go through the semi-final, second chance round. Usually she goes directly to the grand final.
Did she go through the round as well last time?
Yeah, she went directly through.
Really?
Yeah, 100%. I remember that because I was actually a bit surprised.
Yeah.
Victor Crone, we've seen him a few times, but this time he was in the semi. THEOZ, Elov and Beny, Melanie Webbe, who actually co-wrote the winning song by the Mamas, Move. Nordman, a famous band in Sweden, as well as Kiana, Where Did You Go? Now, the results, the way they were presented, especially for non-Swedish speakers, was highly confusing. Did you watch it, Roy?
No, because I had to record my video still. Boring. My first opinion of
I don't want to hear excuses. I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to talk about it.
Okay.
So the 8 songs competed, and then everybody voted in one round. And then once the voting is over, they announced slowly the current top 4. And then people got to vote again. And then they announced the winner of each age group, like the age group 3 to 9. The favorite one was, I don't know, whatever. And then, and then they showed the act, and it was like, yay. And then at the end, they played the suspenseful music, and who actually ended up on top. And in the end, THEOZ, Mariette, Nordman, and Kiana went through. That means Victor Crone, THEOZ, Elov and Beny, and Melanie Webb are out. As a matter of fact, Nordman won. They got first place, followed by THEOZ in second, Kiana in third, and Mariette in 4th. So those 4 went through, and they will now join the lineup. And before we talk about that one, Roy, the outcome. Yes? No? Okay?
Yeah, I quite like the songs that they picked. I also get why some of them were in the second chance. Like Marietta's song, I get why it might not necessarily be enough to go immediately through. The Tennessee's Tears would have been quite fun to have in the grand final as well. But I mean, I get it. I mean, none of these songs are really going to win, which, I mean, one of them might be one of my favorites. But hey, it's just a nice little fun addition to the final, I guess.
Yes, that is true. And that's kind of what it is. Plus, also one thing we need to keep in mind for us, like, well, they're not going to win Melodifestivalen anyway, so why bother? But Melodifestivalen is more than just going to Eurovision. Yeah. Actually, oftentimes more people watch Melodifestivalen than Eurovision, and these acts, you know, they're going to hit the charts, a lot of them, because just taking part in Melfest. So it's more than just Eurovision, and they all are aware of that. But our international brain is like, well, you're not going to win, get out, you know, so it's, you know, a little silly. So I personally had my 4 picked. Half of them made it through. The other half did not, but it was expected. I enjoyed Elov and Beny, as childlike as it was. It was a more fun entry. I wanted Tennessee Tears through as well, and they came in 5th. So it was close. It's the younger folks who don't get that kind of music, and they kicked them out.
Yeah.
I wanted Nordman through. Yes, it's kind of Schlager, but it's very Swedish. But I find it charming because it felt very like something you want to see it from Sweden. And I like that they would send something more. I don't want to call it authentic because it sounds always patronizing towards like Swedish pop, which is, you know, they have great Swedish writers. So I don't want to talk down the other ones. And then THEOZ was actually very surprisingly fun to me. It wasn't a perfect song because the part always bothers me, but it was just fun Swedish pop. And so I'm glad that they went through. So you said Tennessee Tears would have been your favorite, but it wasn't like you had a strong feeling towards most songs?
No, that was not my favorite. But I would have wanted that one through over. I don't know. I think I would have had Marietta not make it. Although that also feels a bit wrong. To be honest, like 4 of these, I prefer over some of them that made it already to the final. So I would have already made some different choices in the other heats, if that makes sense. Yeah.
So we should certainly talk about that because, as I said, now that these 4 songs are in the finals, now I get to play the clip I was just trying to put on because we have 12 songs now from 8. 4 more, 12 songs battling it out. This is not in the running order. This is in just, you know, the semifinal order, basically, a heat order. The 12 songs that will battle it out in Sweden.
It's the rhythm of my show. I wanna live for a love like this. I'll find you wherever you are. No matter the distance, we'll feel any different. I'll feel it all to be where you are. I'm on my way, I'm on my way, going out and
There you have it. One of these songs will go to Liverpool. We got to talk this through here. And obviously, anyone who looks at the betting odds, if you look at any fan polls, it is Loreen's show to lose. I think she was, last time I checked, at 77% of a winning chance, and the hype is real. And we're here to talk about, is the hype appropriate or no? I did a video earlier this morning that is up on our channel on ESC United. Roy, I think you said you uploaded something as well on Roy PM's. Right?
I just recorded it before the live stream started. I'll probably have it uploaded tomorrow.
Tomorrow, okay. Make sure to subscribe to Roy's channel as well, Roy PM, so that you see it when it's out, because his opinion is always really bad. So you do want to, you know. Now, we're going to talk about this. So, putting your personal taste aside for a moment, Roy, or our personal, because I don't even know where you land on this, and I don't want to spoil your video too much. Although, you know, it's a different audience, so maybe it's not too bad. But I
don't mind.
Do you? And what?
I don't mind.
Okay. What do you think that Loreen is truly the one to beat? Or is there a little bit too much of a hype going on? You think this is...
I mean, it is 100% the one to beat. It's not the one I would pick, but it is the one to beat.
Yeah. So you do believe that she is... It's not just a hype that is not representative of the Swedish audience. Also, you think that she is going to be hard to beat her at this point?
For Melodifestivalen, yes. I mean, it's just her and her vocals. I think the song itself is meh at best, but the vocals really elevate it, and that makes it really stand out. So I totally get why a lot of people really like it. And overall, the year isn't necessarily the strongest, perhaps, either. So I totally get why she's so landsliding ahead of everyone else. And usually with Melodifestivalen, after a bit of time, you kind of know who will win, especially after you've had the semifinals and the odds shift towards a certain song. It's usually going to be one or the second place song, to be honest.
Yeah. I am saying that, yes, I'm pretty sure that Loreen is going to win. I said in my video that there is a tiny chance. There's a tiny chance that Loreen will not win the televote, that she'll come second or something like that. There's actually another favorite. However, one thing you can say about Melodifestivalen, this is not for me to poo-poo on it. It's just a reality, especially when you go back in time. Sweden has been fairly predictable in terms of like who wins. When you look at the betting odds, virtually every year, the betting odds favorite wins. And so I anticipate for that to happen, even if Loreen doesn't win the televote, which I still think she will. I'm just saying in the off chance that she won't, she will just own the international vote, jury vote. There's just no way anybody else. And people on the international juries will love that kind of music. And I do agree. I think I like the song. It's a really good, solid pop song. It's what Loreen's voice and her staging and the unique aura that she brings to the table, because she's mysterious, right? She has a little bit more of a very unique aura that you don't see in a lot of other acts. And I'm digging that completely. That really elevates the song. Like in the studio version, I'm just like, yeah, that's a fine song. It's on. Yay. But when you watch it live, it's like, okay, I get it. So that what really makes the song to me. So even though it is true, it is not my personal number one. If you watch my video, you know who it is. I can totally see and understand why people gravitate towards it, and it would be a deserving winner in my book. Plus, man, since Sweden is all about age groups and age brackets, because I don't want to be ageist, but I'm thrilled that Loreen, she's pushing 40, right? That, you know, not always the 16 to 20-year-olds always win. It's nice to see someone that's a little, he's not even old, but older, I guess, compared to some of the other acts, actually still has a chance in Melodifestivalen. And that makes me very, very happy. Roy, again, this is Roy Festivalen. Who should go?
I think it should be, I need to say them correctly because I always mix them up. Marcus and Martinus with Air. I think that song is very fun. It's very nice and modern. I think the staging is phenomenal. I just think that song is the best in Melodifestivalen this year. Just as simple as that. Yeah.
Interesting. Because if you saw my ranking, not you, Roy, clearly you haven't, because otherwise you would have made a comment. You would have known it's not my song. I think I've been 10th out of 12. I just don't like that song at all.
Okay.
Mine is Smashed into Pieces. And I just love that song. I said in the video, this would be potentially my number one this year. Oh, it certainly would be hard to beat. I just love that kind of music. I love it, love it, love it.
Interesting.
And I know somebody said it in the chat, and I'm sorry I didn't put up earlier, but it was not slightly on topic. Oh, there it is again. Sina. Thank you for reposting it. I just was waiting for the right time. Matt, Smash into Pieces is about to be second in the odds. They just overtook Maria Sur and are about to pass M&M. So that is happy. It's great that is. It's not going to happen, y'all. I know it's nice to see them up, but it will not win Melodifestivalen. Get that out of your mind right now. It's not going to happen. But I'm thrilled. I still think that Smash into Pieces is going to do really well because it is nice to see a song like that being popular in Sweden, which tends to go more the pop route, right? And again, this is not for me to put. That's what Swedish people like, and that is what they should send. And clearly, the track record shows it's working. So I don't blame them for that. When it comes to my personal taste, I wish they would go different routes, but just looking based on results, they're clearly doing something right. So you want Marcus and Martinus through. I want Smash into Pieces. And we can talk. Any questions, by the way, about Melodifestivalen in the chat at ESC United? Is there another song that's on your radar, or you sad that didn't make the final?
I really like Kiana's song, actually. Where Did You Go? I know it went through Andra Chansen, but I don't know. I just really liked her energy as well. And she has got a vocal tone that I really, really enjoy. Now, I would rather have her go perhaps with a different song in the next year or something that would be even better, that enhances her voice more, because it is definitely one of those songs you give to a young performer who doesn't have fully developed their identity yet. But
I do like that she actually did a really good job with the lower notes in the beginning, and then, she did really good with that. The song itself, very catered to the younger crowd. Even when you look at the votes, the young crowd, very much giving the high scores, and then as people get older, they're like, So it was very, very interesting. So I hear what you're saying. Real quick, there's a super chat. Thank you so much, Lee Fern. Always supporting us, helps us. Good evening, guys. Hope you both are well. I'm well. Roy, you well?
I'm very well.
Good. I'm off to Sweden for the final for Melodifestivalen. I hate you. Jelly hate. Setting off from Barnsley at 1:05 a.m. Friday morning, and I fully expect Loreen to win and go to Liverpool. I think that's basically how we all feel at this point. I could only imagine the fan bubble exploding if it's not her. It would be even worse probably than Kaino not making it a couple of years ago. That was already bad, but I think
that was very close, actually.
Well, they were second. They were second place.
Oh, the second time they tried,
the second time when they didn't. No, when they didn't make it to the. They didn't make it. Didn't win MGP in 2021. Yeah, that was a pretty big outrage, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, true. Yeah, and I also want to point out that Smash to Pieces song. I think it just hinders me that I am already quite a metalhead myself, and I love the verses because you can really hear the raspiness of his voice. And in the chorus, for some reason, that entire raspiness disappears, aka it's either a lot of backing vocals or it is like the entire backing track is like nearly fully singing instead of him. So I'm not the biggest fan of that, but I get why it is very enjoyed by a lot of people. And I'm glad Sweden finally votes for something like that because they always get underappreciated.
Yep, absolutely. I agree. Jonathan is saying, analyst by is Swede. Loreen will sweep. I know your fans don't trust Sweden, but she's all over social media and normal media. Smash into Pieces will get top 3. Rock is surprisingly big here. I'm not surprised. I mean, a lot of Nordic, just because Finland is known as the rock metal nation, they have a lot of similarities in music taste. It's just Melodifestivalen is a different animal. If they would invent a different national final in Sweden for specifically Eurovision, I think results could have been quite different there as well. But yeah, I mean, your fans don't trust Swedes. I think most people are convinced that Sweden will win, and I think that is our same analysis here as well. So thank you for sharing your thoughts. We'll have to wait and see right now. So yeah, besides your taste, Roy, is there any other song that you could think could take the win away from Loreen? Which one's the most likely one? Is it yours, Marcus and Martinus, who is like they're currently in second place in the betting odds?
I think so. It's either, I mean, Loreen is like the landslide favorite, and I think it's either going to be Marcus and Martinez or Smash Into Pieces that would take it from them. Because Smash Into Pieces is going quite well on Spotify charts, because if I remember correctly, they're like second most streamed in Sweden at the moment. Like, still, Loreen is way above that still in the amount of streams.
Yeah.
But they're doing quite well, so who knows?
I was just about also to Joseph OZ or Josephus. Did you see the running order? I was just about to bring that up because that's very important because producers have favorites and they've been pushing songs, and clearly they have been pushing Loreen, giving her the best spot in the semis and then giving her a fantastic number 10 in the running order and putting Marcus and Martinus in 4th position. So I'm not saying there is favoritism, except that there is, obviously. And this is, again, nothing against Loreen, because that's not her fault. But it is... And I was going to say something. As much as I love Melodifestivalen, it becomes so predictable what the producers are doing. They completely controlled the semifinal as well.
Yeah.
It is like, look, these are the 4 currently in the lead. So, of course, you influence the voters on how they will vote the second time around. Even some people, I know, anecdotal opinions, well, I don't do that. I understand that. But you see that every time people think, well, I need to make sure that Mariette qualifies. And just picking her right randomly. Well, she's already, I'm going to vote for her. Well, Tennessee Tears is not going to win anyway, so why bother? So this is clearly very, very suspicious to me. And then certainly the running order as well. And that's what bothers me. And I'm not saying it's Sweden doing that, the only ones. We see it in a lot of countries. But it seems so dramatic here, in my view. I mean, they're giving Jan Henrik the first slot again. They always put him in first. They
just don't want him winning. It's just so obvious now. Like, so many years after each other, like the winner has come from the last semifinal, last spot, and in the grand final is from slot number 10 every single year, nearly, with the exception of last year. And I don't think they expected Cornelia to be that big, really, like received within the community, really. And that's like the song that does it differently than the others that came before it, basically.
Yeah, absolutely. But so as summarizing, Loreen, as of right now, clearly the winner, or the expected winner for a reason. I would be shocked if anyone else is going to snag that crown, the tiara, away from here. I feel like that's but we shall see.